The skies over the Middle East are once again darkened by the shadow of war, and this time the stakes may be higher than ever. A single decision from the White House could reshape the destiny of an entire region. Military analysts warn that tensions between the United States and Iran have reached a boiling point, where even one command could trigger a chain reaction with global consequences. As diplomatic channels struggle to stay alive, an unprecedented military buildup is unfolding both in the air and at sea, sending a clear and powerful message: the world is on edge. Washington has already mobilized a formidable force across the Middle East. Advanced fifth-generation fighter jets, including the stealth-dominant F-22 Raptors and F-35 Lightning IIs, have been deployed to the region. These aircraft are designed for air superiority and precision strike missions, capable of penetrating heavily defended airspace with minimal detection. Supporting them are squadrons of F-15E Strike Eagles and F-16 Fighting Falcons, adding versatility and firepower to the expanding aerial presence. Overhead, the E-3 Sentry Airborne Warning and Control System aircraft are maintaining constant surveillance, scanning vast distances to detect potential threats and coordinate operations in real time. This level of aerial readiness signals that the United States is preparing for every possible scenario. At sea, the buildup is just as striking. In the Arabian Sea, the powerful carrier strike group led by the USS Abraham Lincoln stands ready. This floating military fortress carries dozens of aircraft and is escorted by destroyers and missile defense-capable warships, forming a protective and offensive shield. Adding to this formidable presence is the world's largest aircraft carrier, the USS Gerald R. a next-generation supercarrier equipped with cutting-edge technology and enhanced operational capabilities. Together, these naval assets form a highly capable fleet positioned strategically within reach of key flashpoints. Military sources suggest that if President Donald Trump were to issue the order, operations could begin within moments. On the other side, Iran is not standing idle. Anticipating potential strikes, Tehran has reinforced defenses at critical military installations and strategic sites. Air defense systems have reportedly been placed on heightened alert, and forces are preparing for rapid response scenarios. In a significant show of partnership, Iran has announced joint naval drills with Russia in the Gulf of Oman, a move widely interpreted as both a warning and a display of strategic alignment. The presence of Russian cooperation adds another layer of complexity to an already volatile situation. At the United Nations, Iran's ambassador delivered a stern message: if the United States initiates military action, American bases and assets across the Middle East would be considered legitimate targets. Such a warning underscores the potential for escalation beyond a limited strike scenario. The Middle East hosts numerous U.S. military installations, and any retaliation could draw multiple nations into a broader confrontation. The risk of miscalculation is immense. Meanwhile, key international players are carefully positioning themselves. The United Kingdom has made it clear that it will not allow its bases to be used for launching attacks against Iran. This stance highlights divisions among Western allies and reflects concerns about becoming entangled in a prolonged conflict. In the Gulf region, reactions are mixed. Certain circles in Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates reportedly favor targeted strikes against Iranian capabilities, seeing them as a way to curb Tehran's influence. However, diplomats across the region are warning of the dangers of a long-term conflict that could destabilize oil markets, disrupt global trade routes, and ignite wider unrest. Despite the aggressive military posture, diplomacy has not entirely collapsed. Back-channel communications and indirect negotiations are reportedly still ongoing. However, fundamental disagreements remain unresolved, particularly regarding regional security, military activities, and broader strategic influence. The gap between Washington and Tehran appears wide, and trust is fragile at best. Each side accuses the other of provocation, while publicly signaling readiness for both confrontation and negotiation. The global community now watches closely as events unfold. Markets are sensitive, regional governments are calculating their next moves, and defense analysts are scrutinizing every deployment and statement. The presence of two American carrier strike groups, advanced fighter squadrons, and heightened Iranian defenses signals that this is more than routine military maneuvering. It is a high-stakes standoff where perception, timing, and political will could determine the outcome. The critical question remains: will diplomacy prevail at the last moment, or will a single directive ignite a broader conflict? History has shown that tensions in the Middle East can escalate rapidly, often with consequences that extend far beyond the region. For now, the world's attention remains fixed on Washington and Tehran. One decision could spark flames across strategic waterways and contested borders, or reopen the path to negotiation and restraint. As uncertainty looms, one thing is clear: the balance between war and diplomacy has rarely been so delicate. The coming days may define not only the future of U.S.-Iran relations, but also the stability of the Middle East itself. Stay with us as we continue to monitor this developing situation, because what happens next could change everything.